In this video, we're going to create a navigation bar. As we see in our course, as we scroll down, it's getting quite long as we add content. In Moodle terms, it's called the scrolling of death. So we're going to add a navigation bar to be able to quickly click into each topic. The first step is to create an anchor. We're going to create 6 anchors: basics, resource, activity, game, multimedia, and gradebook. Then we're going to create the links. So the anchor code looks like this: a name equals topic, and then we'll create the links to the anchors, and the link code looks like this: a h reference pound. The pound is very important. Pound topic, and then the link text, and then close the tag. Once we've done all this in TinyMCE, we'll add all the code. We'll add a navigation block. Then we'll place all the link list code into the navigation box. Then we'll paste the anchors into the titles and verify that all the links connect back to the anchors. And then we'll pretty it all up with some CSS code. To add an anchor, we click on the Insert Edit Anchor. And then we enter the name. The first name is Basics. We'll insert, and I'll just write a little text to remind myself. Then we'll create another anchor called Resource. We'll create a third anchor called Activity. We'll create a fourth anchor called Game. We'll create a fifth anchor called Multimedia. And we'll create the final anchor called Gradebook. Now we'll create the list items. We'll click this button, and the first one is called Basics. Second one is called Add Resource. Third is Add an Activity. The fourth is Add Game. This is Add Multimedia. And finally it's Gradebook. Now we're going to add all the links. So we select the text and click the link button. The link URL is, remember that we have to put pound and basics, and click insert. And the resource, we do the same thing, link to pound resource, and insert. Basically, we're creating links to these anchor points, which will then paste into our main page. So under activity, we'll select it, link it, call it pound activity. Select it, select the link, pound game. select this, select the link, pound multimedia, and select the final one, link, and pound gradebook. It's very important that all these spellings be exactly like the links, so be careful with your spelling. Okay, and now so we've created the anchors with the anchor name, we've created the links with the link code, and now we're going to add it to the navigation block and then paste the code in. And then after that we'll paste the anchors in the title and then add some CSS code. So in the Tiny MCE, we'll select get contents, and I'll just select the linked elements right here. As we can see, the H reference are pound basics. Let's verify that all the links spelling is correct. So basics, resource, activity, game, multimedia, gradebook, and gradebook. Okay, it all looks good. So I'm just going to select this code and copy, Control C. Now we go to the Moodle course, and here I'm going to add a new block. These are blocks right here, all these blocks. So I'm going to add a new block, a new HTML block. Okay, the block has been added. Now I'm going to position the block. So I'm going to position it to the left. And I'm going to move it up to the top. I use the arrow keys to move up. Almost there, and one more. Okay, we're at the top. Now I click on the edit, the block title, we're going to call it navigation. And I'm going to paste in the content from the previous example. And I'm going to save changes. And we have our links. Now we need to add the anchors to the page so that the links will attach to the anchors. So we go back to here and we go to our first anchor point. This is the anchor code. We leave out the identifier, so we just click the anchor and Control C. So under basics, to add the anchor, we add it in the title summaries right here. Click that, click to edit, and Control V to paste, and there's our link. And we'll click Save Changes. And now we're going to verify that the link actually works with the anchor. And it does. So we'll go to the second one. Select the code for anchor. Control C to copy. We'll click the edit button. We'll paste the code here. And click Save Changes. And again, we're going to verify that the code works. And it does. We're going to do 4 more for the other 4. So add an activity, Control C, edit this, paste, and save changes, and then verify that it works. Okay. Now Control C, we're going to add the game, anchor, Control V, and save changes. And we'll check to see it works, and it does. And put the anchor for multimedia. Control C, multimedia, Control V, and we'll save changes. We'll check to see the multimedia link works. It does. Because there's not more material, it would have linked to the top of the page, but because there's not more material, it just links right here. And finally, we'll do the link for gradebook, Control C, and now I'll click the edit button, Control V, enter, and save changes. And I'm going to verify that it works. And it does, great. And our final step is to pretty up with some CSS code. The first thing to do is to add a class to the unordered list. Control C to copy, Control V. And I've already written up the code for the CSS here, so I'll just copy. And I'll paste it right here. And let's see how that looks. And there you go. That's a nice little bounding box. And it has a hover property. So we've added all the things, and the final step is I'm just going to, I don't need to scroll down, I should just click on my add resource button, and I'm just going to add text page for this navigation. So Control A, Control C, and navigation code, and Control V. I'll leave it in plain text format as before. It was a little long, so it's good to have the source code right here in case you want to do it. So we have our own little navigation bar on the side. I'll see you in the next episode.